How's everybody doing today?
I'm Steve Shamanic.
I'm Jazzy Shamanic, and today we are going to be discussing episode 3 of HBO's new series, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
That's right. Episode is called The Squire this week. Great episode.
Really good episode.
Yeah.
Lots of lore coverage. Big things happening.
Big reveal.
Yeah.
Big, much anticipated reveal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly I saw people being like, how do you not know who he is? The books have been out for decades. But I saw a lot of interesting theories about who people thought Dunk were, and I thought that was pretty so I saw people guessing he was Hodor's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
That's
I don't know what the logic is behind that. A lot of people thought he was a Targaryen bastard. Which that tracks. Sure. That's a good guess.
Yeah.
If you haven't read the books and you're familiar with the series.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people who are watching, haven't read the short stories. Yeah. They're not keeping up with all the discourse online. So, for a lot of people, this was a big reveal. Mm-hmm. And it was well done.
I had a lot of people argue with me that no, it's not supposed to be a reveal. The show assumes that you know who Egg is. I was like, I got the press materials from HBO. That's definitely not the case. They are not assuming that you know who Egg is.
They were pretty specific about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Sorry, I know you guys don't like when we talk about that, but it's true. We did. Not bragging. Just that's how we do our job.
Yeah.
You want to get into the recap?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's start.
Right.
You got the first half.
I sure do. We open on our heroes. Dunk is sleeping peacefully under the elm tree as Egg stares at him restlessly. He uses a carrot to lure Thunder into a nearby meadow. The two begin to train together. Thunder is resistant at first, but Egg says he doesn't believe in beating horses like his father. The two bond, and they prepare to do all they can to help Sir Duncan. They run and practice together in the meadow. After their workout, Egg gives Thunder a rub down and tells him what a good boy he is. He's approached from behind by a man all in black, including a black eye patch over his right eye. The man asks if Thunder is stolen, and Egg sasses him, classically.
Classic Egg.
Yeah, saying it's not stealing if he intends to return it. Thunder rears back, winning a threat at the knight. Egg calms him instantly, and the knight is surprised by the boy's prowess with the horse. What's wrong with your hair? The old man asks. What's wrong with your eye? Egg sasses back. But then he remembers another tourney, a lance lodged into a visor crossing the rider's vision. You're Sir Robin Raceling, You're Sir Robin Raceling, Egg exclaims with a combination of surprise, admiration, and fear. You're the maddest knight in the Seven Kingdoms. We are but vessels for the warrior, Raceling responds. When it is madness bid, it is madness delivered. Turning his attention to Egg, he proclaims him awfully small for a squire. Egg proudly states that he serves Sir Duncan the Tall, and he's large enough for both of us. Raceling continues on his way, throwing over his shoulder that he's never heard of Egg's master. Well, you will, insists the increasingly loyal Egg. Under the elm tree, Dunk sits sewing a patch. He sees Egg and Thunder approaching and asks where they've been. Egg responds, training, and Dunk warns him not to go off without permission. Egg asks Dunk what he's doing, to which he replies he's sewing a patch. Egg asks if that isn't his job, and Dunk asks him if he knows how to do it. Egg falls silent as Dunk barks orders at him to feed the horses. Egg asks him dejectedly about breakfast, and Dunk tells him he'll be eating his fists if he doesn't immediately can it with his sass mouth. Dunk sees that Egg is anxious and immediately softens. Never mind all that. Come sit by me. he instructs gruffly, and Egg follows. Dunk shows him how to sew, and Egg praises his neat and even stitch work, to which Dunk says comes from lots of practice. Later, Egg is sitting up in a tree, sharpening a spike, singing a Westerosi version of Miss Susie Had a Steamboat. Prince Baelor was the firstborn, Prince Maker came out last. Daemon was the bastard, so they kicked his bastard. Grass is green in summer. Green grass I adore. Grass is red all over. When you kill a rebel, horses die.
I love this.
It was cute and funny. Dunk calls on Egg to quiet down and sends him after his armor. Egg asks why, especially when his shield isn't ready. Irritated, Dunk reminds him that he's planning on entering the lists today. Egg reminds Dunk of the basic protocol, reminding him that the first day's tourney is usually just for highborns exclusively. Dunk may not enter the lists until tomorrow. Dunk places his hands on his hips indignantly and asks out loud, "Then why have I been vomiting all morning?" "It's a mystery," replies Egg. At the market, Dunk tries to mime to a merchant that he is after goose eggs and not goose head. He's spotted by Tanzel, who laughs good-naturedly at his coarse sign language. He invites her for breakfast, but she politely declines, letting him know that his shield will be finished in the evening. He stammers thanks, and she wanders off, leaving Egg to quietly make woo noises, teasing his Lord Master, who tells him to shut it. Back at the camp, the boys prepare a hearty breakfast before watching the morning joust. After the morning's excitement, Dunk and Egg sit up on the hill above the grounds, people watching. Egg claims he could be happy in a place like this. He dreams of winning a campaign for his liege lord and settling down in a place like Ashford Meadow with the hand of his second most beautiful daughter. "Second most beautiful?" questions Dunk. "Well, of course, sir. You'll have already married his first most beautiful daughter, won't you?" Dunk smiles at Egg affectionately, and they continue to dream of a peaceful life with a farm and Dunk as his brother-in-law. Dunk tells the lad that he's a good worker when he puts his mind to it. Egg asks if this means he can stay on as Squire. After the tournament, Dunk says he won't be much of a knight at all if he doesn't win. "But if you do win," asks Egg. "If I win," Dunk says, smiling and looking down at the boy. "If I win." Just then, the boys are interrupted by Lord Luggy. He who has a bunch of junk to spit out. He asks to speak with Dunk privately, and they take a long walk along the riverbed. Luggy tells Dunk he believes they are both men of honor, and he doesn't want him to read anything into what he's asking. He tells him that Lord Ashford has unfortunately overspent on this lavish tournament. Dunk thinks he's being shaken down and apologizes, saying he has no money to donate. But Luggy has another idea. They're looking for someone to take a dive so that they can pull off a Westerosi Pete Rose. Someone else has agreed to take the fall. They just need Dunk to go along and be the cheat winner. Duncan refuses automatically, but Luggy reminds him to check his pride and offers him 24 hours to think about it. Leaving Dunk alone in the meadow, suddenly the sounds of horns blare across the meadow. That's the end of the first half.
Now, Dunk and Egg follow the horns to the jousting arena, where Prince Douche himself, Aerion Brightflame, is being announced. He's fully decked out in some very badass black plate with a great helm fashioned to resemble a dragon's head, complete with some nifty-looking dragon spines that are kind of swept back almost like a mohawk. It's pretty cool. He rides to the center of the arena and opens his faceplate, nods to his uncle, Prince Baelor Breakspear, in the royal box seats. Baelor nods back, but he looks hesitant for some reason, like he's not happy to be there. Aerion then rides over to his cousin Valar. seated at the side of the arena in his own fabulous set of black and red plate armor. He greets his cousin, but then assures him that he won't be embarrassing him today. Instead, Aerion rides down the line of knights to Sir Humphrey Harding, a knight of the Vale whose family colors are a red and white diamond pattern. Sir Humphrey eagerly rides out into the arena, holding his lance up high as he rides past the spectators, while Dunk and Egg clap in anticipation of the joust. Sir Humphrey reaches the edge of the arena and squares off with Aerion. After a tense, quiet moment, Sir Humphrey's mount rears and charges, and Prince Aerion's does the same. They lower their lances as they get closer. Egg shouts to Sir Humphrey, "Kill him! Kill him!" Asking Sir Humphrey to kill Aerion, which seems to take Dunk by surprise. And just as the two knights are about to break lances, the bitch Aerion dips away low at the last second, causing Sir Humphrey to overextend himself and drop his lance. The knights pass each other without making contact, and Aerion quickly recovers his seat. The crowd loudly boos the prince's unsportsmanlike behavior, while the knights reach the ends of the arena again and quickly turn back around. Sir Humphrey's squire hands him another lance, and then Aerion and Humphrey charge each other again, lances lowered. "He's too low," says Dunk, referring to the prince. He's quickly proven right as the prince's spear impales Sir Humphrey's horse through the neck. The 3-foot-long point of Aerion's lance breaks off, sticking all the way through that poor, sweet, innocent horse's neck. The horse staggers through the opposite rail, breaking it, and then falls on his rider, Sir Humphrey, snapping his leg with a grotesque crunch. And Sir Humphrey screams in pain. His leg is definitely destroyed.
I think most of them is destroyed.
The crowd gasps in shock, and Prince Baelor in the royal box seats looks down and shakes his head. He knew this would happen, and he looks really bummed out about it. He's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd of spectators is pissed off too. Humphrey continues to struggle pinned under his horse with a mouth full of blood, and Aerion turns around to admire his handiwork, lifting his faceplate and smiling douchily. This guy is the worst. The crowd is really getting worked up now, too. One man stands up on the lower rung of the fence and whips a big rock at Aerion, clanging off his dragon helm, knocking the visor halfway down. Prince Baelor watches from above, clearly disgusted by his nephew's cruel display. The crowd then begins coming past the fence into the arena. Guards rush in to push them back, while some of the nobles in the stand start to look a little concerned. Sir Donald of Duskendale and Sir Roland Crakehall of the Kingsguard suddenly burst through the gates, heading for the fracas in their shining white Kingsguard armor, and take positions behind the line of guards holding back the pissed-off crowd. Aerion seems relatively unbothered by the commotion, but Dunk, seeing things quickly get out of control, puts an arm around Egg protectively. Amidst the melee, we see a large man with a halberd, which is a medieval weapon that's sort of like a big axe spear combo on a long pole. It's like a pole arm. He casually saunters across the arena towards poor Sir Humphrey and his horse. Egg says, "I want to get out of here." And he and Dunk begin squeezing through the riled up crowd to get out of there. We see the large man unceremoniously raise his halberd to the horse, and then we hear him strike a merciful blow to end the horse's pain, as we watch Dunk and Egg continue to squeeze their way back out of the crowd. Once they're clear, Egg puts his hood back up as Dunk laments the terrible sight they witnessed, and then begins to lecture Egg about his responsibilities as a squire and the need to keep his wits about him if a mishap like that ever befell him in combat. "That was no mishap," interjects Egg. The two share a knowing look for a moment before Dunk declares that the jousting is done for the day, he thinks. He bids Egg to come, and the two walk off. Suddenly, we're in a tent with fan favorite, the Laughing Storm, Lord Lionel Baratheon, who is shirtless and inebriated, singing a ribald song about a woman named Alice who was missing some fingers, but, somehow made it work for her. So anyway, I'm not going to get into the details of what that entails. Singing along with him, Sir Manfred Dondarrion and a bunch of others. They're in a drinking pavilion. We see Dunk and Egg are here as well, sitting off to the side, and they talk about whether there was ever really a woman named Alice with 3 fingers. Dunk thinks that there probably was, but her name probably wasn't Alice. That's just a better name to sing a song to. Egg thinks it's a song of honor, actually, which confuses Dunk. a misfortuned girl making the best of her natural gifts. He says it's a song about hope before the laughing storm loudly launches back into the song again. We then cut to our dynamic duo walking down a row of market stalls, munching on some big sausages. Those sausages looked good, by the way.
Oh, they really did.
Yeah. Dunk asks Egg if he ever knew his father.
Oh, we should interject. Sorry, let me interject here and throw in a plug for the Inn of the Seven Kingdoms cookbooks.
Oh, yeah.
And webpage. I don't know if their page is still active, but we have cooked many a Game of Thrones feast based on those cookbooks. And hats off to you. I hope that those sausages turn up on their page soon.
Great recipes.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt your cat.
That's all right. Yeah. So we cut to our dynamic duo walking down a row of market stalls, munching on some sausages. Dunk asks Egg if he ever knew his father, and Egg says no, not really. Dunk didn't either, and he explains that his own father was probably a thief, though probably not a good one if he was as big as he is. They turn a corner and see Lord Lugi, his plumber, the steward, who exchanges an awkward look with Duncan after their morning conspiratorial conversation. But then they run into a fortune teller who tells Dunk that one day he'll be richer than a Lannister and great success. And then she does Egg, delivering a chilling fortune that Egg will be king someday and die in fire, and people will rejoice upon his death, which really seems to shake Egg, but Dunk cracks up laughing. He doesn't take the fortune teller seriously at all. He thinks it's hilarious.
That was really funny.
Yeah. He thanks the fortune teller and pays her a few copper, and they move along. Egg asks, why would she say that? But Dunk brushes it off. Then they run into Sir Raymond, the nice Fossaway boy that Dunk met the other day. Raymond greets Dunk, and Dunk introduces him to his squire, Egg. Egg avoids eye contact, but greets Sir Raymond, good day. Raymond invites them to his tent for cider. We make it ourselves, he explains, but Egg decides to go see the puppet show again instead, telling Dunk that he can fetch his shield and meet up with him after. Dunk and Raymond hang out in Raymond's tent, while Raymond fills a couple of cups of cider from a big wooden barrel. I'm going to back that up. The two talk about their plans for the tourney tomorrow, with Raymond saying that his dickish older cousin Stefan will probably knock on the shield of whoever appears to be injured. Interesting strategy. He's about as chivalrous as a starved weasel, Raymond explains. Dunk floats the idea of challenging Sir Andrew, Lord Ashford's son and local favorite, testing the waters of Plummer's offer from earlier. Raymond asks him, do you mean to play the villain? And then pivots to talking about Arian from earlier in the day, who is apparently pissed off that Lord Ashford gave away his horse after his very unchivalrous display earlier. Dunk laments Sir Humphrey's shattered leg and tells Raymond with a chuckle that Egg thinks Arian meant to kill the horse. But Raymond doesn't reply, and Dunk continues, saying that he just can't believe that a prince would be so dishonorable. Raymond asks what's so hard to believe about that. And then he launches into a rant about the Targaryens being incestuous aliens that practice blood magic and have enslaved their people. The only honorable thing a Targaryen can do for this realm is finish on his wife's tits. Damn, Raymond. Tell us how you really feel. Raymond absolutely thinks Arian meant to kill that horse. And Dunk just looks at Raymond stunned. But then Raymond starts to walk it back a little, saying, you got to be carried away there. Blames his cousin Stefan for the bit about the tits. There's an awkward silence before Raymond belches loudly and then excuses himself. We then cut to Egg, enjoying the puppet show. This time, Tansel is playing Florian the Fool, facing off against a big dragon puppet. After a nifty pyrotechnic stunt, we see Prince D-Bag himself, Arian, slowly walking into the tent, looking a bit perturbed. Egg notices him and looks quite nervous as Florian on stage plunges his blade into the neck of the dragon puppet, triggering a big gout of red confetti blood, but the crowd is silent. Tansel, as Florian, turns to the crowd to see Prince Aerion Targaryen standing in front, glaring at her with nary a peep from the nervous audience. Then we cut back to Dunk and Raymond laughing it up with each other. They've clearly gotten into the cider a bit. Raymond says that Arian's all smiles and chivalry as long as his father, Prince Maekar, is watching. Maekar wasn't at the tournament today because he was out looking for his missing sons Daeron and Aegon, who departed Summerhall many days ago but never turned up at Ashford. Rumor has it they're dead, apparently. But Raymond thinks Daeron is probably just drunk again somewhere. And then Raymond wonders why Maekar even cares about his son, telling Dunk that Darren's a sot, Arion is cruel, and the third son is so useless they were going to send him to the Citadel to become a maester. But before Raymond could finish about the fourth son, Egg runs into the tent calling for Dunk. He's hurting her, he yells. Ooh. Dunk goes to the puppet show, rushing, where there's a crowd that's gathered outside and black armored guards holding them back from the commotion in the tent. Dunk shoves his way through the crowd and finds Arion on stage manhandling Tansel. Arion is holding her by the arm and using his other hand to break one of her fingers with a gross snap. Dunk's eyes widen. The background noise fades, and Sir Duncan the Tall goes into beast mode and charges at the Targaryen prince, socks him in the face twice, and then tosses him like a rag doll off the stage. Before Dunk can get on top of Arion to continue beating him, he's held back by a couple of guards. But even with 2 guards, he still managed to kick the prince square in the face, knocking him down again. A third guard joins in, and the 3 of them are finally enough to hold the raging Duncan back. Arion slowly stands up and spits out some blood, flicking his tongue out for some reason. He's a weird creep, I guess.
To be art.
To be art, yeah, good point. Arion, holding a dagger to the restrained Dunk, asks why he would throw his life away for some whore. Tansel holds her broken hand, crying. Arion calls Tansel a traitor for her depiction of the dragon being slain. The dragon will never lose, he says. Dunk glares at Arion furiously, but says nothing. Arion says he's going to take all of Dunk's teeth for the one of his that he loosened. And this sets off Dunk, who thrashes so hard that a 4th guard has to help come restrain him. Dunk is a beast.
These guards must have been trained in Minneapolis.
The guards force Dunk to the floor and make him bite the stage, which I did not know they had curb stomping in Westeros.
Right?
And then Egg rushes in, yelling at the guards not to touch Dunk. Dunk tries to warn him off, fearing that Egg's putting himself in danger. But Egg says they won't hurt him because if they do, they'll answer to his father. He commands the guards by name to let Dunk go, and they do. Confused, Dunk turns around to look at Egg. Arion calls Egg an impudent little rat and asks him what happened to his hair, and Egg replies sternly, "I cut it off, brother. I didn't want to look like you." Music begins playing as we see the stunned look of Duncan and the others, and then the credits roll.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Very cool reveal at the end. I mean,
Yeah.
Obviously, we read the short stories.
Yeah.
We knew this was coming, but it was still very well done. So I'm hoping that there are a lot of people out there who are genuinely shocked, because I think they executed the reveal very well.
I hope people are surprised. It was well. I mean, there were tons of hints.
Oh yeah,
a
million hints. Yeah,
there's
they talk about how Aegon and Darien, I think it is, are missing. Aegon, Egg. There's just so many
Dunk
little.
asks him if he's from. He says he's from King's Landing, and
Yeah.
he goes Flea Bottom, and he says no. He says, yes, you are.
Yeah, there's so many little hints that Dunk just doesn't even think about because it's inconceivable.
The way that he keeps panicking every time the Targaryens show up.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of hints. It's very well foreshadowed.
Yeah.
But it didn't come off as obvious to me.
No.
Well, it's hard to judge because I already knew it.
I think if you're going into the story blind, you would never know.
You might figure it out if you're really paying attention. But I think for most people it's going to be a nice surprise.
Yeah. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
The reveal was well handled.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad they did it early, and I'm glad it wasn't the last episode. Like, we've got it out in the open now.
Mm-hmm.
We can move forward. You want to start with your bottom 5?
Okay. I think I only have 4.
Cool.
But I'll start. All right. All right. So my first one, Arion breaking Tansel's finger really made me flinch. That was gross. The snap was very loud and grotesque.
That is also mine.
Oh, nice.
Why? She wasn't even playing the dragon.
No, she was the knight slaying the dragon.
Okay, that's
I think
fair.
the logic is that
that's fair.
because she's
I mean, no, it's not fair in any way,
but I think the logic of breaking her finger is that she's a puppeteer, and so he wants to punish her in an appropriate way.
The dragon in Florian and Jonquil is not symbolic of the Targaryens.
No, it's an ancient myth.
Yeah,
it's just
this guy's just a douchebag.
Yeah, he was all pissed off because Lord Ashford gave away his horse after he was a dick at the tournament, and he's just going around looking for something to get mad about.
I know you're rereading the novella.
Yeah,
doesn't he come on to her and she rejects him?
I haven't gotten to that part, but that sounds right.
I feel like he was trying to purchase her for the evening, and she's like, "I'm not a prostitute."
Yeah. That does sound familiar.
I might be misremembering that. If you guys have read the novella and do remember that, please drop it in the comments because I don't remember. It's been a decade.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right.
And I have been rereading it, but I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Okay, what's your next one?
All right, my next one. What's up with Sir Riesling referring to himself as we? He keeps referring to himself in the plural.
Who is that guy? Is he in the Night's Watch?
I don't know what his deal is. He's got an eye patch, so that's some cool points, but he seems like kind of an oddball.
He's definitely an oddball.
What's Ed called him? The maddest knight in
Westeros, yeah.
Very interesting character. I wonder if hope we learn some more about that guy because I feel like he's got some backstory.
Definitely. My number 4 is not the manhandling my precious boy.
I know.
I was getting real mad. You guys off the man.
When they made him bite the stage like they were gonna curb stomp him, I was like, "Oh God!" Oh, sorry.
What's your next one?
My next one is that Dunk sure does threaten to beat Egg a lot. It's just the way he was. I understand it's the way he was raised by Sir Arlen.
That's how he was.
But it is a bit much.
I know.
You can tell he feels bad about it every time he does it, too, which is sweet. But
when he realizes that it hurts his feelings, he immediately backtracks.
Yeah. But that's just every time his instinct. Yeah. Anytime Egg sasses him, his immediate instinct is,
punch you.
I'll beat you. I'll punch you.
Yeah.
You want a clout in the air?
I'm 10 times your size.
Easily.
The threat in my family was always, I'm going to knock you in the next week. And I was like, he can knock him into the next industrial revolution. He's infinitely bigger than that guy.
Yeah.
That was yours?
Yeah, that was I think my last bottom one. Yeah. Because I think we already talked about another
one. One was curb stomping.
Yeah, that was my other one.
Curb stomping. Where did they have curbs? I guess they probably have curbs in King's Landing.
Yeah.
But
still. They were
medieval curb stomping?
Right.
I was surprised by that. I was like, oh, he must have watched whatever the medieval equivalent of American Psycho.
Was it
or American Graffiti? American History X?
That's it, with Edward Norton.
Yeah. I mean, any of those really would have done the job.
They nearly Edward Norton in American History X to Dunk.
Yeah. I was very stressed.
Yeah.
It was like, you hurt any of my precious baby's teeth?
Thank goodness for Egg running in there.
Yeah. What a lifesaver. And then my final one is horse murder.
Yeah. Yeah, that was gruesome. He did that shit on purpose too, for sure. I do
not care for horse murder.
Right through the neck. It was grotesque.
They need a trigger warning this episode. They probably will.
Maybe.
When it goes up, they better. I mean, I guess
I'm sure they'll have a general content.
I know it's not real.
Yeah.
But
it's also pretty expected in these shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is hard to watch a little bit.
It's not cool.
It's not great.
I was unhappy.
That poor, sweet, innocent horse did nothing wrong.
I wish I could have pelted him with old tomatoes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm guessing that Lord Ashford gave Arian's horse to Sir Humphrey as recompense, but it's Sir Humphrey's
He's
leg
paralyzed.
is ruined.
Yeah.
He will never walk on that
What's
leg.
he gonna do? Use it as
Messed
a
up.
walker?
Yeah. Dunk was like, little comfort to Sir Humphrey, and that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. What's he gonna do with that
Murdered
horse?
your horse and permanently crippled you. Well, here's a horse in exchange. That'll make
Love
anything.
it. Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
All right. I have 6.
I've got 5.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go first since I have
All
an extra one. Nice to see a little white on white racism.
Wait, what do you mean?
Just throwing it out there. Just the shit, like the way the Fossways hate the Targaryens.
Oh yeah,
And
right.
Put granite there.
Incestuous aliens
Yeah.
practice dark magic.
Like, you guys are all white.
Raymond really heard that and paused for a second and then launched into it. Like he was so ready to fucking shit all over the Targaryens.
Do you think those guys are nice? Let me tell you why the Targaryens are the Dane cooks of this country.
The line about the only thing they can do that's good for the realm is to finish on their wife's tits is so fucking funny. That had me cracking up. Man. That was so good.
All right, what's your next?
All right, my first top 5 is that the jousting sequence, horse murder aside, was very cool.
It was beautifully shot.
I love a joust. I love a good joust. I love all the jousting in A Knight's Tale. I love the joust at a Renaissance fair. If you've ever been to one, that's a blast to see.
To the joust.
Yeah, the Renaissance fair out here gets real crowded. Yeah, they don't have enough seating for the joust.
Hard to get into the joust.
Back, where I grew up in Pennsylvania, the Ren fair out there has like a huge outdoor, open field that's on like a hill. Always love to see a good joust.
LA Ren Fair, get more disabled seating for your joust area, please.
We need to build some more bleachers. LA Ren Fair. Last time we went, we tried to see the joust, but we got there too late. And there wasn't any seats left.
Not to poop on LA Ren Fair.
It is a lovely Ren Fair.
It's the best Ren Fair.
I think it's the original Ren Fair.
It is. Yeah. That thing is enormous.
It gets packed.
It's also
my only other beef about the LA Ren Fair. This is a bit of a tangent, but my only other beef about the LA Ren Fair is that it's in the middle of summer in the Southern California heat.
It is hot.
And those costumes are hot.
The LA Ren Fair.
Put it in the fall, please.
Is the one where you can have the girl pour alcohol down your throat while she says encouraging things to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to check that out.
I've seen that.
I'm just saying.
That looks
fun. Okay, my number 5 is Egg teasing Dunk about Tansel.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Them teasing each other in general. This whole episode was really when Dunk is like, "Oh, I can only eat lovely foods." Like, oh, it's because ale's disgusting. Like, they're so funny.
Yeah.
I know we said this last week and every week, but their chemistry is just on fire. Like, I really think they're incredible together.
They're really great.
And like the kid is just. I hope they get nominated. I hope they both get nominated. I hope Daniel Ing gets nominated.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that Dexter as Egg will get nominated as Best Supporting, and he and Daniel Ing would split the vote. I hope the show does well this award season because it deserves it. Me too.
It does deserve it. It's so good. That leads into my next top thing, which is that Dunk and Egg's relationship really solidifies in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
They have that conversation about Egg squiring for Dunk if Dunk wins. They really they have great chemistry the whole time, but their relationship really solidifies and gels in this episode.
Talking about the marrying sisters, and Dunk getting the prettier one was so cute,
super sweet.
So cute. And you just see how much it meant to Dunk that that's what he's thinking about.
Dunk getting he got so excited when Egg got the stitching right
Yeah.
He was like, yes. He was like really genuinely thrilled that Egg got it
The
right.
two of them are just too cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
A romance for the ages.
So was that you? Did you just go?
Yeah, that was
okay. My number 4 is The Fortune Teller.
Oh yeah.
Great casting.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome costume. Brilliant fortune telling.
Yeah.
No spoilies, but if you know anything about the future of Westeros, she ain't telling no lies.
Yeah, she calls it. She's 100% on point.
She does be calling it. It's not a happy time. But wow, I thought that scene was great and interesting to include. And just really, the way Dunk reacts is so funny.
He does not take it seriously at all. He finds it very amusing. Egg takes it deadly seriously. It's so funny.
Does who know better?
Yeah. All right, my next one. So this episode is the first time that we get to see Dunk actually fight. And he's a badass. Turns out he can hold his own. It took
he's a good fighter.
4 guards to restrain him, and that can't just be his size alone. Like he's clearly quite strong and capable, especially when he's got a little cider in him and he's all pissed off.
He's full of apples.
Yeah, yeah. He went full beast mode on Arya, and it was fucking great to see.
My next one is just how well constructed the egg reveal was.
Yes. That's also my next one.
Okay, great. That's perfect. They saved it for. I mean, it came when it was supposed to come in the story, but it was the perfect moment. It's not too late in the series. It's not too early in the series.
Very well foreshadowed.
The way his character changed his demeanor from just being like sweet, silly Egg to like commanding these soldiers was so good.
Yeah.
Like
he called them by name. He knew those guys.
Of course he did. He knows a lot of these guys that just aren't paying attention because he got a haircut.
Yeah, and he's walking around with his hood up and averting his eyes.
Yeah. He's Clark Kenting.
Yeah.
Clark Kenting. The tourney.
Yeah, my next item is the same. That the reveal of Egg's true identity was really well known. Plenty of people already knew. Some had figured it out, but it was still a big moment.
Yeah.
Very well executed for the final moments of the episode.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
I do have one more.
I have 2 more, so I'll go ahead and go. We already talked about it, but just the scene about the second most beautiful daughter. I thought that was really cute. We've already discussed that at length, but
they bond a lot in this episode.
Yeah, and it's also cute.
Yeah,
it's also cute. But I really loved that scene. It's between just the way he explains his dream and the look on Dunk's face listening to it.
It makes him so happy.
Yeah, it just warmed my little heart at a time where my heart really needs a little warmth.
Yeah,
all right. Kidding. Go ahead, baby.
All right, my last top moment is just a small moment at the very beginning when Egg is with Thunder training, and he's talking about how Egg doesn't believe that horses like being ordered around any more than men do, and the horse nods in agreement.
Yes,
because he had just said that his dad beats horses and says they're dumber than dogs. But that horse understood Egg's English words. He's understood the sentences he said, and he agreed vigorously.
Can understand up to like 30 or 40.
They're pretty
words.
Smart. I don't really know. I think they're probably similar to dogs. I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, dogs.
Not like super similar. Don't come at me, horse girls, but they do have
similar level of understanding.
Yeah,
they can understand. They can learn certain words, like what it means.
You can recognize patterns, and
yeah. I just love that the horse literally nodded. Yes, I don't like being bossed around. Yes, I thought that was really funny.
I'm my own man.
Yeah.
All right. My number one is Dunk whooping Aaron Brightflame's ass.
Yes.
I'm real happy that guy got slapped around. I wish it could have lasted longer.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll come back for some more. I don't think he's not done with that
certainly
ass yet.
Not over.
He ain't done with that ass yet. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna get yours, Arian Brightflame. I believe it. Yeah.
If his boys weren't there,
I know.
Dunk would have had his ass.
I know. What a weenie. And he'll never agree to solo Dunk.
No.
He's too much of a wiener.
Dunk's huge.
Well, if he's a god's blessed prince, who spent his entire life being trained in a castle, he should be able to take on some commoner.
He did literally say the dragon never loses, which is funny considering all we know about Westeros and the fact that even at this point in time, all the dragons lost. They're dead. They're all gone.
Yeah. I am excited to see him eat those words.
Yeah.
Here's hoping. Fingers crossed. All right. You have any other thoughts, feelings?
I think that I had all my.
You want to cover in this?
I think I talked about all the moments and stuff I wanted to talk about. We still got our Queen of Love and Beauty and our Florian the Fool.
Yeah, I like to say that for the end, so I just check in first.
Yeah.
All right. Who is your LVP, your Florian the Fool this week?
All right, both of my choices are pretty obvious, but Florian the Fool for me this week, it's Arian Brightflame McDouchebag Targaryen. He is just on full blast awfulness this whole episode.
That is also my choice.
Yep.
Arian Brightflame. I don't even want to call him Florian the Fool. I want to call him.
That's too good of a title for him, honestly.
Dragon's Dung.
That's a good
man. He's the worst.
He's terrible.
Boo.
Boo. Bright Flame. Fuck you.
Not the actor, though.
No, the actor's doing a stellar job.
I feel like I have to say that because people keep attacking
actors. I don't understand
who play villains.
People who can't make that distinction. It's weird to me.
I know. After the story about the girl who was mean to Millie Bobby Brown in Stranger Things. She can't be on social media anymore.
That's fucked up. What's wrong with people? You got to learn to separate reality from fiction, folks.
Yeah. That's why I always like to leave the caveat. Yeah. Leave the actor alone.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
Yeah.
Being awful.
It's not easy to be that hateable.
No, it's not.
It is an impressive skill.
And it's also like not when you're in that environment and you have to treat people like that over and over and over on a film set, it gets to you mentally.
That would feel bad.
It's hard on you mentally. It's hard on your coworkers. And I've seen that where, the person playing the villain is constantly checking in. Like, are you okay? Are you comfortable? This is so awkward. Like, it's hard for them. And delivering a performance like that takes skill and the ability to not internalize all that stuff and take it into you.
Yeah.
And it's work. It's hard work.
Absolutely.
And, props to the actor because he's great at being hateable.
Yeah. And it's kind of like playing a role-playing game like a Baldur's Gate 3 and doing like an evil playthrough and being like a dick to people and killing people and stuff.
How could you?
It feels bad. It doesn't feel good. And I'm sure, if you're an actor playing a really terrible villain and you're doing these lines and scenes over and over, you have to be awful to someone. Yeah, it's got to feel bad.
This is way off topic. Have you ever heard about how Dustin Hoffman, who played Hook in Hook, was in character the whole time?
Really?
Yeah. Like he was a menace. The kids were not safe.
That's so funny.
Like the whole time. Can you imagine? Yeah, that killed me.
I love that.
Anyway, sorry. On with the Queen of Love and Beauty.
Yeah. Okay. So again, I have the obvious choice this week. My Queen of Love and Beauty's got to be Sir Duncan the Tall. He saw Tansel being assaulted by the prince and did not hesitate for 1 second to jump in.
Amen.
He is a true knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
He's a hero. Love me some Sir Duncan.
Yes.
I went with Tansel Too Tall as my Queen of Love and Beauty. Because she could have stopped. She could have stopped the show when they saw the Targaryens come in. And
I don't know if she saw him come in because she was in the. Oh, she did.
Yeah, okay. She did. She clocked him coming in. She turned and looked at him and looked nervous, and then went back to performing.
Mm-hmm. That's ballsy.
Yeah. And she didn't run.
Yeah.
She didn't back away, even though she knew she was overpowered, and he hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a tough girl. She's a tough girl, and she stood on her business.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't cost her her career, because it seems like you need fingers to be a puppeteer. But yeah, I hope her and Dunk reconnect at some point.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah. I just think she's a great character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if we'll get to see her again after this, so I would really, I wanted to make sure she got it at least once.
Yeah, good call. That's a great choice. I don't think I have anything else.
Anything else you want to discuss this week?
I think we covered just about everything I wanted to talk about.
It's a great episode.
Very good episode.
Really fun. Can't wait for next week.
Yep. For all the people complaining about not enough stuff happening, lots of stuff happened in this episode.
Yeah.
Better not hear you complaining about it now.
You guys are in for some stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to wrap things up here. If you guys want to check out any of our other coverage, we also cover Yellow Jackets, which is coming back in April. Dexter Resurrections, Alien Earth, Severance. What am I forgetting?
I don't know.
I know. We cover a ton of stuff.
A lot of shows.
Lots of sci-fi, lots of horror. Welcome to Derry. We just covered. Check us out. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on X as Cyborg Queen TV. Everywhere else for Cyborg Queen Media. We'll be back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye. See you next week.